everyone. I'm Shirley with Entertainment Weekly, and I am here with the cast of Sci-Fi's Nightflyers. Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
You are all set. So, correct me if I'm wrong. This is based on the 1980 novella written by George R.R. Martin about a crew of scientists who blast off into space to look for alien life, only to become trapped in a paranoid nightmare on the ship itself.
You pretty much got it. Yeah, that's correct.
That's the interview.
Good. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You
the
guys
beginning.
can leave.
That's impressive.
That's how it starts, and it only gets worse.
All right, it sounds good. Well, Jeff, I do want to start with you. Sure. You know, the name George R.R. Martin is out there, so can we expect a series as bloody as Game of Thrones?
We try to make it as bloody as possible. That's what we tried to do with this show was to take the world of horror and the world of sci-fi and really blend them together. It's something that I've always loved. Alien, Shining, these are all the touchstones that we went to when designing the show, and it definitely has that George R.R. Martin, expect the unexpected. Don't fall in love with too many characters. You never know how long they're going to be around. There's a lot of stuff. You guys are all going to be around for a long time. Don't worry.
Hope so.
You say that now.
Yeah.
I don't know what he says.
Well, Jodie, I actually had a question for you because your character, this novella was also adapted into a film in the 80s, and your character was whitewashed. Mm-hmm. So I do wonder, what are your thoughts on that? Because George R.R. Martin has said that this is the first time he can right a wrong by having the right actor play this character.
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting to, when I read the novella, it's like really obvious that she's written as a black woman, which is why it's so funny that it was ever cast differently. But it's just exciting to be a brown girl in this space, sci-fi in actual space, but just like in this sort of genre and everything. So that's really exciting, and it's really exciting that George had that vision in the 80s, and that now we can finally sort of bring it to life. I'm super excited.
Chocolate in space, baby.
Chocolate in space!
Chocolate in space.
Mel's the character Mel was the one character that we knew how we wanted to approach it from that perspective. Mm-hmm. Everybody else in the show we wanted to be from anywhere. It's a very international team, so we wanted to be able to show a future world where people are blended in a way that race is not the issue in the show, but it's present. And it was something that Jodie absolutely killed, just that character and the strength and everything. So it was wonderful. I know George was extremely happy that we picked up those threads from his story and honored them.
Right. I'm also wondering, David, I believe your character in the novella is basically speaking through holograms? I may be wrong, but are we going to see you in the flesh, or are you just voices?
Angus was led on. I'm actually not here. You can, see, it's all. I'm here as the hologram. No, so Roy Harris, throughout the series, you will see him in hologram form. He'll bleep in and bleep out as he does. That's how he rolls. And there's a lot of mystery around Roy Harris, and bit by bit, things will start to unravel like an onion in space.
Space Onion.
Right. Space Onion.
That was our other title.
Nightflyers or Space Onion,
Yeah.
I really
it
can't
felt less
decide.
relatable.
Owen said a chocolate space onion. I like that. I like that.
Yes, a chocolate space
You
onion.
get that at the state fair, right?
Gretchen, for you, we've seen you on TV a lot with dramas like Mozart in the Jungle, Boardwalk Empire, but I think this is your first horror sci-fi series. What drew you to this? Is it the character, Dr. Agatha?
Oh my gosh, I think it was the genre, the fusion of, I haven't really worked, I did do a science fiction thing a long time ago, which I never quite made sense to me. And I think I was drawn to this because, it was the character. It felt like we're going to explore this world in a very grounded way. So it was really about all of the characters and how they kind of get stuck on this ship in a very claustrophobic way, and kind of all of their most sort of feared traits become magnified. And I just thought it was going to be an interesting world to be in for 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
And plus, maybe more.
You never know.
Yeah, I've heard it described as Psycho in space or Event Horizon plus Alien plus Sunshine. So Angus, how would you describe it?
Did you want me to be succinct? Or-
Yes, if you could, that'd be great.
Take your time.
No.
Well, when I was 12, I decided I would describe it as a scientific spider web with lots of human insects trapped in the spider web, and we invite the audience to root for one of the insects to get out before the spider gets
out.
it. But then, who's the spider?
Even in Australia alone.
I relate everything back to deadly animals.
Really big spiders.
I think that's my favorite synopsis of the show. So
It's a
locking that
space
one in.
onion, but also a spider web. I'm invested already.
It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Spider web that smells like an onion.
Well,
We're all trapped in the
Love
spider
it.
web.
Well,
Who
then-
is the spider?
Who is the spider?
well then, Eoin, I'd love for you to answer this. I know that you guys had this huge set that's basically the ship, and you could wander around. Anybody can answer this, actually. But what was it like playing around inside an actual spaceship?
Oh, it's you know what? It's really great when you actually have a set that's built that big that you have the fabric of the whole show around you, so you get to play. And from a texture point of view, it just gives it this. It creates the world the immediate world is there for you to kind of see and explore. And the sets are huge, so it just keeps on going and going and going. And it kind of gives it that Alien or Event Horizon sort of viscerality that I think that you kind of sometimes don't get when you're in science fiction shows. And that's what also allows this sort of weird, paranoid, psycho kind of moral dilemma aspect kind of consistently weave through it, because you're there and you're grounded.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like there's a lot to look forward to. So thank you guys for being here. Nightflyers hits sci-fi this fall. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank
Entertainment
you.
Weekly.
Thanks so much.